Pantheon AI presents Bitcoin whale dump crashes crypto, Temu versus Alibaba war, $2 billion Thoma Bravo deal. Welcome to the PAI Morning Briefing. I'm John, and today is August 25th, 2025. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, John, and a big good morning to all our listeners. I hope you're all settled in with your cup of joe, because we have a ton to unpack today.
We certainly do. We're looking at everything from the pulse of the major markets to some really intriguing corporate maneuvers that could reshape entire industries. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it. Where are we starting?
All right, let's kick off with a quick market overview. The S&P 500 is sitting around 63.57, up just a tiny bit, about 0.09%. The Dow, on the other hand, is a bit more bearish, down about 0.4% at 45,402.
Interesting. So a bit of a mixed bag, but the Nasdaq is bringing some good news, right? It's rebounding slightly, up about 0.4%, hovering near 21,557. And then you have the crypto corner.
Ah, yes, the crypto corner. Always keeps us on our toes. Bitcoin is trading at about $112,684, but it's down just a bit, around 0.7%.
And Ethereum is feeling it even more, sliding nearly 3.3%. You know, it's funny how you can look at these numbers and get completely different stories. It's like a financial horoscope. Tech is up, but crypto is being crypto.
Exactly. And speaking of crypto, that brings us to our first major headline. Bitcoin has surrendered its rally. Apparently, over the weekend, a whale, a single investor with a massive portfolio, decided to unload a huge chunk of Bitcoin.
One whale! It's incredible how one single entity can create such waves. And instead of a quick recovery on Monday, it just dragged other cryptocurrencies down with it. It really shows you how volatile that world is.
It really does. Now, before we get lost in Bitcoin's ripple effects, let's shift to another fascinating story. This one's a corporate battle royale. Temu's parent company, PDD, is in an intense fight to fend off competition from Alibaba.
Oh, I've been following this. It's like watching two titans clash. PDD is just pouring money into boosting revenue, and it seems to be working for now. Their stock rallied, which must be reassuring investors that the big spending will pay off.
Right. It's a classic spend money to make money strategy, but on a colossal scale. It's a clear signal that even the giants can't rest on their laurels. Now let's talk acquisitions. There are so many happening. First up, FactSet is rumored to be on the acquisition radar.
And the whispers are pointing towards private equity firms, right? That makes sense. With its position in the financial data ecosystem, FactSet is a prime target. In this market, data is king.
Good point. And speaking of big moves, in the pharma world, AbbVie is set to buy Gilgamesh's depression program. And this is a huge deal. It could be valued up to $1.2 billion.
Wow, $1.2 billion. That's more than just a financial commitment. It's a massive signal about the importance of mental health innovation. It feels like we're seeing more and more of these big bets on therapies for mental wellness.
Absolutely. Now let's jump back to tech. Investment giant Thoma Bravo is reportedly preparing to acquire Verint for around $2 billion. Verint is big in customer engagement and analytics, which, as you said, Sarah, is an incredibly valuable space to be in.
Definitely. If data is the new oil, companies like Verint are the refineries. And another acquisition story making waves is Forager Capital proposing a buyout of Quipt Home Medical. Their shares surged 22% on the news.
And then Forager came in with a fully financed proposal to acquire Quipt for $3.10 per share in cash. That's a power move. It suggests they're so confident they don't even need to do much more due diligence. The market is definitely watching that one closely.
Okay, from buyouts to breakthroughs. This next one sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. A company called A1R WATER, which makes atmospheric water generators, is about to go public on Nasdaq.
I love this story. The idea of literally pulling drinkable water from thin air, it's not just cool technology, it's potentially transformative for areas dealing with water scarcity. It's innovation with a real purpose.
It's incredible. And speaking of diversification, Cemtrex has signed letters of intent for 2 strategic acquisitions, one in robotics and another in aerospace. They're aiming to push their annual revenues toward $100 million.
That's a bold, dual-pronged expansion. It shows a serious commitment to positioning themselves in 2 of the most critical sectors for the future, automation and space exploration. You don't see that every day.
And one more on the biotech front. Mankind is acquiring SC Pharmaceuticals to bolster its cardiometabolic business. This is another example of that trend we're seeing. Companies addressing interconnected health challenges, in this case, metabolic and cardiovascular disorders.
Right, it's a holistic approach. It's not just about treating one symptom, but looking at the whole system. So if we take a step back and look at all these stories, a few major themes really pop out, don't they?
They really do. First, you have the traditional markets holding steady, showing some cautious optimism. But then you have the tech sector, which is just on fire with these bold acquisitions and competitive battles, like the one between PDD and Alibaba.
Exactly. And with moves like Thoma Bravo eyeing Verint, it's all about consolidation to harness the power of data. It's like an arms race for analytics, and having that data capability is becoming a superpower.
And think about the ripple effects for us as consumers. Better customer engagement, more streamlined services. It could touch almost every industry. Which brings us to healthcare. As you mentioned with AbbVie and Mankind, the industry is undergoing rapid change, with huge investments in mental health and integrated multi-pronged treatment approaches.
It's a major shift. And then on the financial front, you have FactSet becoming this hot potential acquisition target. Private equity firms are circling because, in this digital era, the demand for solid financial data is just skyrocketing.
Which, of course, brings us back to the Wild West of digital currencies. Bitcoin and Ethereum have had their ups and downs, and that whale offloading its position really cooled the market. It begs the question, is this volatility just the nature of a maturing asset, or will we see changes that bring more stability?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? And all of this has huge global implications. The Temu Alibaba fight isn't just a domestic squabble. It's about positioning in a globalized economy where those borders are blurring.
Absolutely. And digital assets like Bitcoin are inherently global. What happens in one corner of the world can impact investors everywhere. It really forces you to think bigger picture.
So let's try to picture what this all leads to. Imagine a future where your smartphone is a real-time health diagnostic tool, where financial data, consumer behavior, even water generation are all part of one integrated digital ecosystem.
That's not science fiction anymore. It's the trajectory we're on. It's incredibly exciting, but also incredibly complex. It makes you wonder, which sector will hold the winning ticket in the long run?
Will it be the tech titans, the healthcare revolution, or will crypto pull another surprise? It's in these moments that good data and analysis are so critical. I think diversification is going to be more important than ever.
I agree. And you have to think sectors like environmental entrepreneurship, which you highlighted with that A1R WATER story, are poised for massive growth. That's not just inspiring. It's a reminder of what's possible when technology meets a critical human need.
You know, it's funny. We talk about all this high-flying tech, but we can't forget the humble energy sector. It's the backbone of everything. You can't power your smart devices or your AI data centers without a reliable source of electricity. It's the unsung hero.
That's a great point. It's all interconnected. The consolidation in tech, the focus on healthcare, the spirit of environmental innovation. It's all part of a profound global transformation.
So, as we wrap up, let's give our listeners some key takeaways. First, keep a very close eye on the tech sector. Its moves often signal broader market trends. Second, the healthcare industry is evolving at an incredible pace. Those acquisitions are worth watching.
Third, the digital currency landscape remains full of potential, but be prepared for a bumpy ride. And finally, remember that local moves can have global reverberations. It's all connected.
So the big question for everyone listening is, how prepared are you for the next big shift? Are you thinking about how these cross-sector moves might affect your portfolio?
Those are definitely the questions to be asking. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. We hope this dive into the markets was both informative and engaging.
Remember, investing is a journey, and Pantheon AI is here to be your trusted co-pilot. We look forward to continuing the conversation tomorrow. Until then, keep your eyes open and your minds agile.
Have a great day and happy investing, everyone. Pantheon AI, your information co-pilot.
Because learning shouldn't feel like a full-time job. Take care and see you next time.